Hello everyone, welcome back. Children, today we'll be doing the next topic, adjoint and inverse of a matrix. Adjoint and inverse of a matrix. So first of all, coming to the term adjoint. Adjoint of a matrix. Consider a square matrix A, Aij of order n. Now Aij is the elementary representation. I stands for the position of row and J stands for the position of column. In my last video, I have explained you about the minor and cofactor of element of any square matrix A. So here will be requiring the cofactor of the element. So how adjoint of a matrix is defined? Adjoint of matrix A is denoted by ADJ. This is a short form for adjoint of A. Okay. So adjoint of any square matrix A, this is denoted by adjoint of A. This is a short form to write it down, adjoint. What it is defined as, or it is equal to the transpose of cofactor matrix. Cofactor matrix. That means adjoint of A, this is equal to cofactor matrix is denoted by Cij. Get the transpose of this. Okay. Let us take a very simple example. Let A be a square matrix here. The elements be 3, -4, 1, 2. So for writing down the adjoint, you need the cofactor. So let us start with the cofactor of the very first element, A11. The cofactor of A11 is C11. How to find out C11? Let me remind you, we have the formula for Cij as -1 to the power I plus j into Mij. What is this Mij called as? It is the minor of Aij. And how to obtain minor? So for finding out minor, what to do? We will be deleting the ith row and the jth column. A sum matrix of order n-1 will be obtained. Get the determinant value of that. That will give the minor of the given element. Okay. In my last video, I explained everything about minor and cofactor. There we have done the questions also. So you can go through the video again. So here, come back to this. C11. Now how to find out C11? Delete the first row and the first column. Before that, 1 plus 1 is even, so that will carry a plus sign. Now we will find out the minor. Delete the first row and the first column. See here, a matrix of order 1 is left over. Get the determinant value of that. So determinant value of 2 is 2. Okay. Now we will go for the second one, C12. 1 plus 2 is odd. You will place a minus sign just because of this formula. Get the minor of A12. It's M12. And how to get M12? Delete the first row and the second column. Here you are finding 1. Get the determinant value of 1. Its answer is -1. Now moving to the next row. The next row element C21. 2 plus 1 is odd. So we will place a minus sign here. Now delete the second row and the first column. -4. Get the determinant value of -4. It's -4. So that way here you will be getting +4. Now the last element C22. 2 plus 2 is even. So definitely it will be a positive value. So nothing to write. Simply we'll find out M22. Delete the second row and the second column. The leftover element is 3. Get the determinant. So it's +3. So this way we'll be getting the cofactor. Now what about the cofactor matrix? The cofactor matrix will be, this is equal to matrix. This is the first row, this is the second row. So it's 2 - 1, 4, 3. Now how adjoint of A is defined? Adjoint of the given matrix is defined as the transpose of the cofactor matrix. So transpose the cofactor matrix, just now we have calculated, it is this. So get the transpose of this. Now you know very well how to obtain transpose. Transpose of a matrix is obtained by changing either row to column or column to row. So let us change it. So this is the first row, we'll make it as the first column. This is the second row, make it as the second column. So that way you can get adjoint of the given matrix A. Now in this particular procedure, what are the important steps you need to do? You are supposed to calculate all the cofactors separately. So this step is very important. This you can avoid, this you can avoid. So after this, straight away you can write down adjoint. So again, one common thing what I need to say every time I am saying this, practice it properly. Okay. So this step you can avoid, this step you can avoid. Directly from this to this you can write. So this is the procedure of writing down adjoint of A. So let me explain it again. If A is a square matrix of any order, then adjoint of A is defined as the transpose of cofactor matrix. So in this entire procedure, you need cofactor, then write down the transpose of it, that will give the adjoint of the given matrix A. Okay, I hope children you are understanding this. So this way you can find out adjoint of any square matrix A. Okay, one more example we can take. So this time let me take a square matrix of order 3. So let A is equal to minus 1, 4, 2, 1, 1, 0, minus 3, 1, 4. So this is a square matrix of order 3. Let us find out the cofactor of each and every element. So C1, 1, 1 plus 1, even. So plus sign, nothing to mention. Delete the first row and the first column, calculate it. Product of diagonal minus off diagonal element. So it's 1 into 4, 4 minus 0, it's coming 4. Moving to the next one, C1, 2, you will place a minus sign. Delete the first row and the second column. So it's 1 into 4 and this is 0. So that way it's minus 4. C1, 3, first row, third column, delete it. So it's 1 minus of minus 3, it's plus 4. So that way you will be getting the cofactor of the very first row. Now moving to the next row, C2, 1, 2 plus 1 or place a minus sign. Delete the second row and the first column. So it's 4 into 4, 16 minus 2, it's 14. C2, 2, 2 plus 2 even, nothing to mention. Second row, second column deleted. It's minus 4 plus 6, it's coming plus 2. C2, 3, second row, third column, place a minus sign. Delete the second row and the third column. It's minus 1 plus a 12, so it's minus 11. Now moving to the third row, C3, 1, this is equal to 3 plus 1 even, nothing to mention. Delete the third row and the first column. So it's 0 minus 2, so its answer is minus 2. C3, 2, place a minus sign. Third row, second column. So it's 0 minus 2, so it's coming how much? It's coming minus 2. Now C3, 3, third row, third column. So it's minus 1 minus 4, it's minus 5. I hope children you are getting the things clear. Okay. So this way you can calculate all the cofactors. Now very important thing. Just now you see here what I have done. See the presentation. Row wise cofactor I have calculated and where I have mentioned? In columns. So when you write down the adjoint of the given matrix, what to do? Straight away take this first column, write it down the result in first column, second column in second and third column in third. Okay. So already we are taking the transpose. So here that step I am skipping. So what to do? This is the cofactor of the first row. I am writing down in first column. That means I am writing down the transpose. I am taking the transpose. This is the second row, cofactor of the second row. I am writing down in the second column. These are the cofactors of the third row. I am shifting it in the third column. That means the step in between I have skipped. So this is the presentation. This is the method of writing down adjoint of a given matrix. So I hope children the presentation you are able to understand. So here the step in between I have skipped. Which step? Writing down the transpose of the cofactor matrix. Okay. So this way, this is the method of writing down or finding down adjoint of any square matrix. Okay, now some important properties based on adjoint. One by one I will be telling you the properties. All these are very important properties. So the properties based on adjoint. The first property. Let A be a square matrix Aij of order n. Square matrix means number of rows and number of columns are same. Now what this first property says? A into adjoint of A. This is equal to determinant of A into In, and this is equal to adjoint of A into A. Very important property. This property comes for verification also. A into adjoint of A, this is equal to determinant of A into IA, and it is equal to adjoint of A into A. Now the second property, adjoint of A whole transpose, this is equal to adjoint of A transpose. Adjoint of A whole transpose, this is equal to adjoint of A transpose. You can verify all these properties by taking suitable example. Third property, if A and B are two matrices, square matrices of same order, then adjoint of AB, again you see whenever the product condition comes, it's obeying the reversal law. It obeys the reversal law. Adjoint of AB, this is equal to adjoint of B into adjoint of A. All these properties what I am writing down, all are important properties. Often this comes in examination as verify the following. So, and you will be requiring also. So, understand all these properties, very important. So, this is the third one. Okay. The fourth property, determinant of adjoint of A. Determinant of adjoint of A. This is equal to determinant of A to the power n, where n is the order of the square matrix A. These three comes for verification. This is 1 mark question. Directly you can use it wherever required. So if A is a square matrix of order n, then determinant of adjoint of A is equal to determinant of A to the power n minus 1. The next property, adjoint of A. Adjoint of A. This is equal to determinant of A to the power n minus 2 into A. Determinant of A ka power n minus 2 into A. Is it okay? So the next property is the last one. determinant of adjoint of A. This is equal to determinant of A to the power n minus 1 whole square. Determinant of A to the power n minus 1 whole square. So all these are important properties based on adjoint of a given square matrix A. Okay? Now see, we'll do the questions better based on this later on. Moving to the next part, that is inverse of a matrix. Inverse of a matrix. Now the very important part, inverse of a matrix. Okay. Let A be a square matrix of any order n. Let A be a square matrix of order n. Square matrix of order n. B be a matrix of the same order. B be a matrix of the same order if the product of the two matrices results an identity matrix. If the product of two matrices results an identity matrix, then one will be inverse of another. Then B will be called as inverse of A. If the product of the two matrices results an identity matrix, AB is equal to IN or it is equal to BA, then B will be called as inverse of A. Okay. Now how to write this B? This B will be equal to A inverse. This is the symbol of writing down inverse matrix. See, in case of real number, if A to the power minus 1 definitely means 1 by A. But here, this A to the power minus 1, what actually means inverse of matrix A, inverse of matrix A, this is definitely not equal to 1 by A. It's just a symbol of writing down inverse matrix. This type of confusion should not be there. Okay. So here that concept you cannot apply. So what is this? This is a symbol for inverse of any matrix A. So B is what? It's A inverse. So if the product of two matrices results an identity, then one will be inverse of another. Okay. Now see, some important conditions are there. Here what we are getting? A into B results identity. Then B is inverse of A. Let us find out the determinant of this. So determinant of AB is equal to determinant of IN. Here we will be applying the property. Determinant of AB means it's determinant of A into determinant of B. And determinant of identity matrix is obviously 1. Now say this condition, a very important condition. Determinant of A into determinant of B is equal to 1. This means that determinant of A, this will not be equal to 0. This cannot be equal to 0. And determinant of A not equal to 0 means A is a non-singular matrix. It's a non-singular matrix. This means inverse of a matrix exists only when A inverse exists only if determinant of A is not equal to 0. That means A should be a non-singular matrix. It should be a non-singular matrix. I hope you are able to understand the condition. Or you can say, if A is a square matrix of any order, then the matrix A is invertible only if it is non-singular. And the condition for non-singular is, if determinant of A is not equal to 0, then the matrix is called as non-singular. So for the existence of inverse, a matrix should be non-singular. So if the question comes that check whether the given matrix is it's invertible or not, so simply you need to check what? You will find out the determinant of the given matrix. If it is not equal to 0, that means A inverse exists. If it is equal to 0, that means A inverse does not exist. So I hope students you are understanding this. So for the existence of inverse of any matrix, the matrix should be compulsorily non-singular. Okay? So now coming back to the first property, now we are going to find out the formula for A inverse. The first property just now we have learned, the property based on adjoint, the very first property we are taking that A into adjoint of A, this is equal to determinant of A into In. Okay? So let us take this here in the denominator. So it comes like A into adjoint of A divided by determinant of A, this is equal to In. Now let us apply the concept of inverse here. Just now we have studied, if the product of two matrices results identity, then one is inverse of another. So using the same concept, we will be concluding that this will be A inverse. Why so? Because when A is multiplied to, A inverse is multiplied to I, we get what? Identity. So from this, we are going to write down the formula for finding out A inverse. A inverse is equal to 1 upon determinant of A into adjoint of A. So, and the conclusion here important, definitely determinant of A should not be equal to 0. Say this, the value of determinant A, it should not be equal to 0. So this is the formula for finding out the inverse of any square matrix A. So I hope children the formula is clear to everyone. Now if the question comes, find the inverse of the given matrix. So two things you need to do. First of all, you will find out determinant of A, you will check whether A inverse exists or not. So you have to get the value of determinant of A. If it is equal to 0, then definitely you will be closing there itself by writing down that since determinant of A is equal to 0, A is a singular matrix. In this condition, A inverse does not exist. But if determinant of A is not equal to 0, then A inverse exists, and then you will start the procedure for finding out A inverse. And what is the procedure? You have to find out adjoint of A. And for finding out adjoint of A, what do you need? You need cofactor. Find out the cofactor of each and every element, get the transpose of that will give adjoint of A. And finally, you will be using this formula for finding out inverse. Okay, so let me take an example for this. Question is, find A inverse. Given matrix A is equal to -1 3 4 2. Now for writing down the inverse, first of all you need to check determinant of A. So get the determinant value of this. So its determinant -1 3 4 2. Now you very well know how to solve the determinant of order 2. Product of diagonal minus off diagonal elements. So it's -2 minus 12, it's coming -14. So this is not equal to 0. So here you will write down the conclusion. This means A inverse exists. So now we'll start. What to do? You find out the cofactor of each and every element. So we'll start with C11. So C11 is 2. C12 minus of. Delete the first row and the first column. So it's coming -4. C21, it's minus of. Delete the second row and first column. It's coming -3. C22 So delete the row and the column, it's coming -1. So what we have done here? Row wise cofactor we have calculated, and in what way we are writing? In column, so that we can skip the transpose part. So now we can write down adjoint. So this is equal to, shift the first column and the second column as it is. So it's 2 minus 4 minus 3 minus 1. Now we'll use the formula. So A inverse is equal to 1 upon determinant of A. Already we are knowing it's 1 by minus 14 into adjoint of A. So it's 2 minus 3 minus 4 minus 1. See, you can leave the answer in this particular manner, or the other way. Minus 1 by 14 can be multiplied to each and every element of the given matrix, and you can rewrite the answer. So both the way it's okay. So this is the final answer. Now how to check whether the answer is correct or not? So there are two methods. First, whatever you are getting A inverse as, multiply it by A. If A into A inverse result identity, that means it's correct. Or the other way, see, a formula while explaining determinant I have told, ki determinant of A is equal to row wise element when multiplied to its cofactor and added, if its results and what determinant of A, then the cofactor as well as the determinant both are correct. So here the same formula will be using for checking A11 into C11 plus A12 into C12. This should be equal to determinant of A. So using this formula you can check both cofactor as well as determinant whether they are okay or not. So let us do it. This was the cofactor of the first row. Multiply the row element with the cofactor and add it. The result should be determinant of A. It should be equal to determinant of A. Okay, this is the row wise element and this is row wise cofactor. So minus 1 into plus 2, it's minus 2. Minus 12 results minus 14. Ekdam badhiya. There is no problem. That means determinant is also correct and the cofactors are also right. Now see let us see the second column. The second row cofactor multiplied by the second row element. It's 4 into minus 3, it's minus 12, and this is minus 2, it's minus 14. So using this formula you can check whether the determinant value as well as the cofactors are correct or not. And if these are correct, then definitely there is no issue in writing this. That means this answer is 100% correct. So I hope children the method is understood, how to write down adjoint as well as how to find out the inverse of a given matrix. So let me explain you the properties also, and by that we can end the video, and the next video we will be doing the questions based on adjoint and inverse of the given matrix. So let me write down the property first. So all important properties based on inverse of a matrix. So the properties. First property. If A is a square matrix of any order, then A inverse whole inverse is equal to A. This is the first one. See, all these properties are important because later on while solving the questions you will be requiring, or maybe objective questions directly based on these properties you will be expecting. So that way you have to learn all these properties. Second property is A into B whole inverse. This is equal to, again this follows the reversal law. It's equal to B inverse into A inverse. Again a property very important. Often this you will be getting for verification. So this is the second property. So whether it be the property based on transpose, the product property based on transpose, AB whole transpose is B transpose into A transpose. There also the reversal law is followed. Adjoint of AB is equal to adjoint of B into adjoint of A. Here also reversal law is followed. And this is the third one where the reversal law is obeyed. AB whole inverse is equal to B inverse into A inverse. Okay, is it fine? Now the third property, A transpose whole inverse. This is equal to A inverse whole transpose. A transpose whole inverse is equal to A inverse whole transpose. And the last one, determinant of A inverse is equal to 1 upon determinant of A. Determinant of A inverse is equal to determinant 1 upon determinant of A. Okay, I would like to explain the last one. See, we have a very important conclusion. When a matrix is multiplied to its inverse, the result is identity. Right? So let us take the determinant here. So it's determinant of I. Left hand side you can write it as determinant of A into determinant of A inverse, and the right side this is equal to 1. Now you can draw the conclusion. Determinant of A inverse is equal to 1 upon determinant of A. So the last property comes from this. So these are all the 4 important properties based on inverse of a matrix. So I hope children these all properties are understood. So the next class, next lecture, I will be taking few examples based on this and we'll be doing that. I am ending the class now.